Tracy.
Nope.
Thank you, Tracy, for the introduction. Well, film lovers, film critics, and everybody in between. Today you get to vote on your favorite film. We're going to have 3 different categories. We're going to have comedies. Had a lot of fun comedies this year entered in my film festival. And we'll have a couple of more dramatic ones. And then some documentaries. So you'll get to choose your favorite from those 3 categories. And without further ado, let me just say that this is sponsored by the Siouxland Filmmakers Club. It's a fairly new club in Sioux City of not only photographers and editors, but also actors and support people. So if you have any grandkids or friends that you think might like to join our group, talk to us afterwards. And then after the show, we'll have a few filmmakers here, and they might have a few words in a Q&A session as well. So let's get started. The first movie is Casablanca. Sorry, Humphrey Bogart is not in this one. Last one didn't work great. Oh, I guess we hit.
Cutie Pie, you have to stay here. Yes, there was a lot of talk last night, and I realized that the problems of a man and his small cat don't amount to a hill of beans in this crazy world. Cutie Pie, listen to me, listen to me. Where I have to go, you can't follow. What I have to do, you can't be a part of. You have to stay here. If you don't, you'll regret it. Not today, not tomorrow, but soon and for the rest of your life. I have to leave now. Remember, we'll always have each other. Here's looking at you, kid.
Yes, that was Casablanca. Now you've heard of Siri and Alexa and all those high-tech different personal assistants. Well, this one you gotta learn about is called Omni.
Would you like to begin setup? Please choose allowances for the following items. Access to browser. Access to email. Access to contacts. Access to wallet. Access to online banking. Access to photos. Access to calendar. Access to location. Access to messages. Access to social media. Allow anyone to control Omnitask in awake mode. Please read and agree to the privacy statement. For voice verification, please say Omnitask wake twice.
Omnitask, wake. Omnitask, wake.
Please say Omnitask sleep twice.
Omnitask, sleep. Omnitask, sleep.
That completes my setup. Remember, only your voice can wake me up or put me to sleep.
Thomas Thatcher, what are you doing? We're going to be late.
I'm setting up this new app. Omnitask, sleep.
Are you even ready?
There, all done. Molly, this new app, it's called Omnitask. It's a web browser and a social media app and a personal assistant all wrapped up into one. And with the new AI, it could do practically anything. Watch. Omnitask, wake. Order me a pepperoni pizza, large, from Grimaldi's West 3rd, thin crust. Forget about the pizza. Omnitask, sleep. You see, Omnitask wake opens up
And
the-
Omnitask sleep puts it away. Not interested. If we're going to make it to the casino to meet Crystal, we need to hurry.
Did you get any money out of the bank?
Yes, I did that yesterday. I hope 500's enough. Chris, that good-for-nothing brother of yours, would pay us the money he owes. We can take more.
What are you gonna do if he doesn't pay? Kill him?
You know me. I just might. I wonder what that would cost.
You think 500's enough? Maybe we ought to do 1,000.
Let's go for it. Make it 1,000. We'll just take it from savings. We better get going.
Hang on, I gotta grab my phone.
That was a Nebraska film. The next film is called Hostage, a party game that goes astray. So Hostage is a party game. Or so they think.
Okay, Mom. Yes. Oh, fine. Hi. See you soon. Oh, we're finally done. Oh. Guys, today was awesome. And tomorrow, Harvey's leaving us. I'm gonna miss you, man. But I am so glad that guys like you are serving our country. And I thought, what better way to send you off than with the game that brought us all together?
Twister?
No, you idiot. Hostage.
Right? All right. Red team. We've got Jackson, and then we've got Harvey. Yeah. And the driver is Chloe. Blue team. We've got Sam and Sophia. That leaves me as the driver. Now, you all know the rules. Hostages, no phones, no maps, no idea where you are. Figure out where you've been dropped. Drivers, pick up your team, make it back first, win the game.
Are you sure we're headed the right direction?
Tyler drove this way, so how about we keep going?
Fine. Do you hear that? Maybe Tyler came back for us?
What would anyone else be doing out here?
What can I get for you fine gentlemen?
Yeah, I'll get 2 cones of almond joyride, please.
Coming right up.
Wait a minute. What kind of demented soul only serves almond-flavored ice cream?
You better watch your mouth, kid.
Hurry up, this is a race, not a nature walk.
Just being careful.
You're not scared, are you?
Oh, of course not.
Good. Good.
Watch yourself.
You don't know what could be listening. There could be snakes.
Clowns. Or even worse, nuns.
Nuns in the woods? I don't have time for this, come on.
Okay, fine.
I think we lost him.
Man, we need Clay to pick us up.
No. No. We just almost died. And you want to go knocking on the random house in the middle of nowhere.
Appearances can be deceiving, Harvey. Come on, don't you want to win this? Let's get to it.
It's your idea.
No, that means you're the perfect man for the job. They want to see a friendly face, right?
David, is that you? And who's your friend here?
No, sir. We're actually lost. Can you help us?
Well, yes, of course. I knew you would come for me one day.
Sir? What do you mean?
How dare you step foot on my lawn, you fascist scum! Be gone, foul demons! How about Jerry?
I know this church. We're at Our Lady of Eternal Obligation. Let's wait inside.
Tyler, Our Lady of Eternal Obligation.
Got it, on my way.
Soph!
Could you at least clean up first?
So at this intersection, go for Chloe.
We are at Pioneer Park. Go as fast as you can. An ice cream man and an old GI just tried to kill us. Hurry!
You think they're still on our tail?
I don't hear any gunshots or chainsaws, so I think we're safe for now.
Jeez. If you say so. Oh, man. Chloe's gonna be so mad.
Jackson. We need to talk. I don't know if I'm going to get the chance to tell you this again before I leave tomorrow. I'm not coming home after boot camp. Or training.
What?
They want my unit on the first ship to Norway after AIT. Only you and Tyler know.
I'm sorry, man.
can't imagine how this must have been for you. What about your family?
My parents will be fine. My sister... You know, I've always been there for her. And now I won't. Just promise me you'll look after her when I'm gone.
Of course.
Oh. It's a rental.
Yeah.
Jeez, sorry, man.
Harvey, you have nothing to apologize for. And besides, it's not like this is the end. We'll still talk on the phone.
It just won't be the same.
Maybe not. Nothing good can last forever. And at the end of the day, I'm just happy we got to spend these past years together.
Thank you, man.
Soph! Sophia! Tyler's on his way! This isn't funny.
I haven't seen you in here before. Wait! Come back!
Go! Go!
Where's Sophia?
Wait for me! You boys need a ride? We're pulling over. We're so close.
It'll only take a second.
You had all night to get gas.
Hey, guys, relax, okay? Before you radioed in, Chloe was still waiting on the other team to make contact, so... They're probably way behind.
Help him!
Chill out, Chloe. There's no way we're gonna win this at the bottom of a ravine.
I need to get you back before your mud dries all over my seats. I can't believe you would bring this into my car.
Look at that. There's no way we're gonna win this now.
Calm down, boys. I've got this.
Evening, ma'am. You know why I pulled you over?
Do you know whose resignation you'll be handing in tomorrow morning?
Ma'am, please calm down.
No, you calm down! Don't you know who I am?
Yeah, dispatch?
Chloe, what are you doing?
Are you okay? Ma'am, you and your friends kindly step out of the vehicle. Now.
You have no right to do this.
Ma'am, you and your friends just need to come with us down to the station.
You'll be hearing from my father about this!
Yeah!
What were you thinking?
What?
I'm gonna be kicked out of the Air Force before I ever set foot on a base.
Oh, what's this? I'm getting a call. Yes, Tyler, you're at the parlor already? Yeah, of course we'll pick up the tab right after you bail us out of jail.
Guys, this isn't the way to the station.
Sam? Sophia? Yo, what's going on?
What are you doing here?
And what are we doing here? Where is Tyler?
Welcome to Woodland High's premier graduation party in honor of our Harvey
So how have you been?
Kidnapping? Really? You couldn't have driven us here yourself?
There was a nun. Like an actual nun.
And I never got my ice cream.
Hold those thoughts.
Sorry for the kidnappings. Tyler and I thought it'd be more fun that way.
It was rigged?
How'd you get so many people in on it? It wasn't that hard. My dad got his police buddies to do all the kidnappings. Oh, and we got the gas station manager in on it too.
What about the ice cream man? I don't see him here.
What ice cream man?
I'm sorry about the arrest thing. I think in hindsight...
Don't worry about it. I just can't believe you did this all for me.
I had to send you off on a high note. Plus, your parents are paying for it, so.
But I do think you need to tell everyone what you told me. And it's your last chance face to face.
You're right.
Guys, Harvey has something to say.
I meant to tell you all earlier, but I'm not coming back after training.
Really?
At least not anytime soon. I'm getting deployed immediately after.
Why didn't you tell us sooner?
Saying it out loud and telling people, it just made it feel real, you know? And I didn't want to say it because I don't want these times to end. You know, times when we don't have to worry about what's coming next.
You got this, Harvey. I don't know what's going to happen in the next 4 years, but I'm excited to see where you'll go.
I'm proud of you, dude. You'll go far.
You'll always have a home here.
Thank you. All of you.
So, how was the game?
That was filmed in the Cincinnati area. And if you like comedies, here's one more called The Dolly Nappers. Has to do with a valuable doll as an inheritance.
It's just allergies. I know.
Enter, Chris.
Just can't believe she's gone. No one could have seen it coming, but she did live a good life. How does someone even die on a cruise ship? Well, the open ocean can be very dangerous. You're telling me she drowned? I thought Grandma was just old. Grandma was only 76. So what about lifeguards? Well, actually, she must have fallen in. So they just let her drown? Oh, from what I could hear over the phone, it sounded like there was something about a shark.
Grandma was eaten by a shark?
Must have jumped at her.
It caught her in the air?
What do you think about the great white, jaw size?
Wow, that's one hell of a way to die. Hey, do you guys need that table by chance? Because I got a great place for it. You know, just trying to be helpful, really. What about that dog case of doll? You guys have a need for that?
No, those will sell.
Okay.
Hey, Chris!
Nick,
It's Morgan. Bought the place from Mick about 10 years ago.
we got this doll we just recently inherited, and there was an appraisal from your store.
Can you tell me where you got it?
Well, Mick...
It's Morgan.
Right. Sorry about that. Long story. There was a tragedy in the family.
A death.
Right, and Grandma had...
I'm sorry, can you tell me her name?
Helen Foster.
I've seen this doll before, and I know Mrs. Foster would never want to have it sold. Can you tell me how you got it?
Well, Mick, like I
It's
said
Morgan.
before, Helen had recently passed, and we're in the process of gathering her personal things.
I hadn't heard the news. I'm deeply sorry for your loss. Can you tell me what happened?
A shark.
Well, she died on a cruise.
And why can't you just show him the will?
It didn't cross my mind to bring it. Don't worry. I'm sure there's a copy of it on the computer.
That shark must have been a pretty big one, huh?
Oh, most certainly. I think I just read a sell it online.
There's no way you're gonna get the same price, not with all those auction fees, shipping, and insurance.
You know, I don't have time to haggle with antique dealers. I've got a flight back home tomorrow.
Christopher Foster, how is it that my office had no notice from you? I haven't even seen a death certificate. What kind of a fraudulent scheme are you running here?
Excuse me?
I can't believe you thought you could sell my client's precious heirlooms.
Who are you? Heirlooms?
I am Carly Miller, Mrs. Helen Foster's estate lawyer. And you, Chris Foster, have no right or precedent to try to sell my client's possession to any pawnbroker that you wish before I have been informed and have her death certificate.
I'm sorry, but we'll do what we want with my family's possessions. You're not bossing me around on property. Andrew, drop your phone. We'll list that doll on eBay right now.
You want to just sell the doll without even looking at the will?
Yes, I don't know if you ever take care of these things.
Maybe we shouldn't, if Grandma wanted it to stay in the family.
What?
Maybe you shouldn't sell it if you don't have the legal right to do so.
I think we'd do just fine selling this doll without any of your inputs. Where are you taking that?
It just doesn't seem like we should be selling all this stuff.
Put it back.
Slow down there, Andrew. Can't have you breaking this doll.
It's the family matter.
How dare you! Mrs. Foster would never put up with this!
Wait, you got the wrong idea.
Trying to steal from your grandmother.
Yeah.
And you're gonna let them do this to you?
I got a plan.
What's the plan?
So everything's locked up, except for that window up there that's never shut.
Wait, you said she was eaten by sharks, right?
I just need you to hold the ladder, and I'll explain everything else later.
Andrew.
Wonderful toy. That was.
Stop! Andrew?
Stay away from him! Christopher, what are you doing?
Grandma, we're all so worried about you.
Is that my doll? No, I think they got it.
Yeah, the right anything you say can or will be held against you in a court of law. You have a right to an attorney. If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be provided for you.
Christopher was always trying to get me out of here. I don't know what that boy was thinking. I will let him back in till at least Thanksgiving.
It's just good to have you back, Grandma.
Now for a change of pace from the comedies, we have a drama called The Last Step, and it's about a ballet dancer facing challenges.
That's enough, Sydney. You're moving like a cold fish. If you want to be successful in this business, you need to bring more than precision to the table.
I practice more than anyone here. What else can I do?
Stay an hour after every class, starting tomorrow. You cannot audition until I say otherwise.
Nora, the audition's in 4 days.
That'll be all, ladies.
Hey, sis. Got a minute? Sorry, Eric's coming soon. Don't you have work tomorrow? I'll go out if I want to. He's not even good enough for you.
You are an excellent dancer, Sydney. But to audition for a world-class dance company, it won't be enough. Sydney, please.
Right now?
Yes. Don't move.
How is this helping my audition?
A great painter once said, art comes naturally from a need. I want you to sit still until every part of you needs to move.
This is a waste of time.
I've gotten a student to the company every year. Ask them if it was a waste of time. Completely still. What are you thinking?
I wish I went to another studio.
That's enough for today. I'll see you tomorrow.
I'll just practice for a while.
Not here, you won't.
You alright? It's just practice. What happened? It's been tough.
You aren't enjoying it. Come on, you used to love this.
I still love it.
Really? Don't act like it. Well, you gotta have some fun in class. Otherwise, why bother?
Why do you dance?
It's something I'm good at.
Technique is what you're good at, and it says nothing about you. Listen to the music. Feel it. Let it tell you what to do.
To this?
Just try. Breathe deeply. Relax your body like you're dipping a brush. Then use each movement to paint who you are. Move from your heart. Good. Keep going. Sydney, you're more than your movement. Trust yourself. Come on, show me who you are. Take it from the pirouette. But don't think. Let the fire inside you come out. Why did you stop?
I'd rather not do this now.
All right, that's enough then.
You busy?
No. No, what's up?
You okay?
We just broke up.
I'm sorry.
It's fine. You didn't like him anyway.
I just didn't trust him.
You don't trust anything. I'm sorry. Honestly, I don't feel bad about breaking up. It was worth it.
Really?
Yeah. Even if he was a jerk sometimes, we had great times together. Some of the best memories I'll ever have.
That's good.
You can't always play it safe, Sydney. If you want to get the most out of life, you've got to take a few chances.
That was very emotional.
Isn't that what you wanted?
I want you to display yourself, your passion as a dancer, not your frustration.
Nobody wants to see me up there. Where's the beauty in that?
That's what makes a great dancer. What makes you an artist. Your soul is what sets you apart.
Where's all this advice gotten you?
I didn't have your raw talent, Sydney. But dance is like anything in life. You must invest all of yourself to achieve greatness. Not sure you have it in you.
What about the audition? Nora.
Hey! Want to dance for a little bit?
Not right now.
What's gotten into you?
The audition's tomorrow. I don't know what's gonna happen.
It's just another audition. Don't worry about it.
This is different.
No, it's not. You used to dance all the time and never cared what people thought. Come on. Dance for fun, like you used to.
No.
You have to.
It's not gonna look good.
Who cares? Life's not perfect. Sydney, you need this.
she is. That's the Sydney I remember. Don't worry about doing it right tomorrow. Just be you.
Thank you.
It's all of them. Is there anybody from your studio?
Just this one.
Well done. Thank you.
Tom, could you let the credits roll on these films so we can see who's all putting in the work?
Well, I'm sorry, but we're very short on time here. I can tell you this movie was done by a film student that's gone on to be making Christian movies in Japan. JB's been showing movies at my festival for a number of years. So I'm just closing off early because we are short on time here, that they only give us a certain amount of time to show our movies. And the next movie is Meeting Michael. You'll learn about a mysterious stranger.
Thank you for doing that. It's been so cold out, I haven't wanted to get outside.
Oh, you're welcome.
What's your name?
I'm Michael.
I'm Mandy.
Nice to meet you.
Me too. Can I get you a cup of coffee or something? It's the least I could do.
Sure, thank you.
Come on in. Thanks again for doing that. I have to do everything myself these days. And taking out the trash, I almost always forget. Struggles of being a widow, I guess.
Sorry for your loss, Mandy.
Oh, yeah, coffee. Have a seat.
You have a lovely home.
Thank you. Sorry, it's not going to be very sweet. I just ran out of sugar.
That's okay. Thank you for your hospitality.
Wish I had something else to give you, but I only want Pop-Tarts. It's been hard without Jared. It's just, like, so weird he's not even in this house. Normally his laugh would just, like, fill the living room. Now it's so quiet. Just me and Danny. And my mom, she doesn't even call anymore. Not even to talk to her own grandson.
I know that they both still love you very much. Andy, I can help you with your headaches.
Wait, how did you know I have them all? Sorry, just a second. Hey, what's up?
Hey, how's it going, girl? I just came to bring your book back. Oh yeah, I kind of forgot you had it. Hey, are you doing okay? You left early last night. Migraines. Oh, I didn't realize you had company. What's that? Don't start crying. I mean, I'm not judging. I just didn't realize you were into older men. Knock it off. I just took my trash to the curb, offered him a cup of coffee. It was the least I could do. The least you could do, huh? He said he might be able to help me with my headaches, too. I bet. Okay, bye, Kelly. Bye. Oh, call me later. I want details.
Sorry about that. My neighbor brought back a book she borrowed.
Your neighbor's interesting.
Yes, she is. But her son loves Danny, so. Danny's such a sweet little guy.
Yes, he is. And one day, he's going to accomplish some amazing things.
So, you said you might be able to help with my headaches. I mean, they're migraines, so there's not really a lot people can do about it.
A little bit of faith can go a long way.
Let me grab those Pop-Tarts.
Hello, Thomas.
How do you know my name? Who are you?
Just a friend. Now, I know you like cheeseburgers. I'm buying.
Well, you know, I am pretty hungry. There's a place just right around the corner. You got good fries, too. I think Mellie's working today. Sometimes she gives free dessert. Yeah, she's really nice, but she can be a spitfire. Yeah. And sometimes she brings her dog to work, and his name's Lucky. Cute little thing. You know, he likes cheeseburgers as much as I do, so I always give him a piece of mine. But you don't want Melanie to catch you doing it. That's when that spitfire comes out. But, yeah. How about strawberry shake?
Take my hand, walk with me through the deserts and the fields of green. Climb the highest mountain peak.
Okay, that was meeting Michael, and after we're done here, you can meet Michael. And next is the Lost Hills Prairie Seminar, the biggest gathering of nature lovers, outdoorsmen, environmentalists here in the Lost Hills every year.
Welcome. We're at the 45th annual anniversary of the Lost Hills Prairie Seminar. My name is Andrea Porter, and our theme for the seminar is Breaking Dormancy. And we chose that theme because we are now live at our seminar site out of COVID. And that you can see that we have the beautiful Lost Hills as our backdrop.
We got more coming, I'm sorry.
There should be more coming. We've got
I'm just
water.
talking to him. He's got one more cup.
We've got water and juice in a cooler down here if you guys are looking for something to drink.
Yeah, he's been huge help to me.
Good, yeah.
I've been talking.
We're going down among the trees.
Yeah. They all compete with each other. That's tough.
Do you remember, did we find anything that was called a lichen?
Yeah.
We found some lichens, we found some mosses, we found...
A lichen is actually just two creatures, or actually just two separate life forms.
Today on this soldier on expedition, Sergeant John Ordway. And Clark, he would generally be with the boat, guiding the men how to get the boat, and then he was taking map courses, be on the front of the boat, take a marking on this point, and estimate how far was to this point, and then he would from that point, then he'd get a bearing and estimate how far to that. See, the river in the old days, really was a crooked river. So you imagine trying to get a fuel boat up that. Sometimes they'd go 12 miles to make a mile.
Now it's moving. Oh, okay.
It's like a cross, right? South Main River is like
That cool?
So much for that. Let's move the table in a little bit. Let's pull it this way.
It's supposed to.
All right. So that's where you're getting into like how much the
There you go.
They are very common on rivers and ponds, and so along the edge of the water, what they're looking for is frogs.
And then the dessert bar is.
Really need your cooperation because we have 5 different sessions that are leaving in vehicles and they are going different places.
Yeah, yeah. A moss. Fish. Cool.
Cool.
Lighting okay now?
Yes. Now, the second documentary is more of a historical documentary. And normally we don't show murder mysteries on this film festival, but since it's a historical fact, we're going to talk about the murder of William Martin.
In the early 1800s, the Meskwaki and the Sauk often lived in the vicinity of what is now Burlington, Iowa. They called this area Shaka Khan. In 1820, the Meskwaki chief Tama, the man who makes the rocks tremble, was living near the point now occupied by Gladstone, Illinois. With so many white settlers moving into the vicinity, he decided to move his village across the river to Shaka Khan. In April of 1832, Mai Kai Tai Misha Kaikaik, the Sauk war chief known to the American settlers as Black Hawk, crossed the Mississippi River into Illinois to regain his homeland that he felt was wrongly taken from his people. A conflict followed these actions, a conflict that has come to be called the Black Hawk War. A few years before the war began, Tama had moved his village here, a few miles north of Shaka Khan, on the edge of a prairie near the river. He was not in favor of Black Hawk's actions and used his great influence to persuade many young warriors from joining the Sauk war chief in Illinois. His village became a place of rendezvous for many of these young men. In May of 1832, Chief Tama crossed the river into Illinois to visit his friend Sumner Phelps in the village called Yellowbanks, known today by its Indian name of Aquaka. A historian recorded the events that followed.
Things were in this unsettled state when one night Tama, an aged Fox chief, arrived at the trading house to inquire if his white brother had heard any news from the seat of war. He was accompanied by his wife and son. Tama had a town about 3 miles below the town on the Iowa side. He'd been a great chief and a noted scout. In the War of 1812, he'd given valuable assistance to Edwards, then governor of the Illinois Territory, and carried papers certifying to the fact and recommending Tama as a friend of the white man. He was kindly welcomed, and soon the silence of night brooded over the little settlement. At early dawn, the household was awakened by the trampling of many hoofs. All sprang from their bed with visions of the torch and tomahawk of the red men before their eyes. Oaths and demand for admittance in the unmistakable English tongue somewhat reassured them. Passing from the house, Mr. Phelps found it surrounded by more than 50 drunken militiamen, led by a Captain White, who was as much under the influence of drink as his men. Captain White approached Mr. Phelps and angrily addressed him.
You are accused of harboring Indians, our natural enemies, and I demand that you surrender them to us.
To which Mr. Phelps replied,
Tama, his wife and son are the only Indians here. Tama, you know as well as I do, has always been the friend of the white man and has rendered valuable assistance as a scout in our army. Now he is aged and in the last stages of consumption. If I should give him up, the blood of every white settler from my ground would be the forfeit. I will not give him up.
Captain White then said he would give him time to reconsider the matter, and leaving half his men to guard the house, he withdrew the remainder a short distance, breakfasted, cleaned, and reloaded the guns. Mr. Phelps and men did the same. At the expiration of an hour, the captain returned and again demanded the surrender of the Indians. He received a negative answer, and then ordered Mr. Phelps to accompany him to the store. Not wishing to appear afraid, he replied that he would in 15 minutes. Mr. Phelps re-entered the house, and not pausing to count his men, which should have consisted of Joe Smart, William Siouxland, and 2 other hands, he called Smart and told him to station the men at the loopholes and defend the family and Indians till the last, and to avenge him if he fell. The young chief glowered with anger, like the war horse that smells the battle from afar, and Tama, tottering on the verge of the grave, announced himself willing to reload, all that his feeble hands could now do. Grasping his faithful gun, Mr. Phelps announced himself ready. and proceeded to the store. He entered and sprang over the rude counter and resolved to sell his life as dearly as possible. The soldiers crowded into the little building and formed one solid target of humanity, but the ball from the man at bay could not fail to cut down many in a fight. Captain White again demanded,
Are you ready to give up the Indians? If in 3 minutes you do not promise to surrender them to us, we will shoot you, throw your body in the river, burn your house, and kill your men.
Regardless of consequences, Mr. Phelps exclaimed,
Shoot and be damned. I will never yield the Indians to you. The safety of all the whites in Illinois forbids it. If you take them by force, upon your heads will rest the murder of many innocent families. And upon your heads will fall the displeasure of your superior officer, who never intended that the aged and the true should fall, to satisfy the vengeance of a defeated soldier.
As he gazed into the muzzles of the leveled muskets of the soldiers, visions of his family, which consisted of his wife and 2 children, Isabella and Alexis, at the mercy of the red men, flitted through his mind. Captain White clearly counted 1, 2, and just as Mr. Phelps was about to pull the trigger, determined to have the first shot, shouts were heard outside.
Shoot the drunken dogs. Give no quarter to cowards.
The soldiers rushed from the house and threw down their arms before they saw their foe. These proved to be the hands from the mill and the farmers of the Jameson settlement, led by Judge Pence and accompanied by Jeremiah Smith and Thomas Wells. Some were without coats, some without hats, and mounted on horses with the plow harness yet upon them. William Siouxland had slipped from the house at the beginning of the trouble, and protected by the scrubby blackjack trees, which grew nearly to the door, had succeeded in warning the friends who hastened to the rescue. Judge Pence assumed command and ordered the soldiers under arrest. Captain White made profuse apologies and wished to shake hands with Tama. This Judge Pence refused, saying,
Such as you are not worthy to grasp the hand of the noble Tama.
Judge Pence guarded the Indians to their canoe and watched them out of danger as they headed back to their village above Shaka Khan. The crestfallen soldiers were eventually released, and they marched to the Rock River to join the army there. Captain White was cashiered and reduced in the ranks for his actions. But all was not well. When the news of the indignation offered to their good old chief reached the young men at Tama's village, they secretly determined to go upon the warpath. Several months after the incident at Yellowbanks, several young Meskwaki crossed the Mississippi to avenge the insult. They headed inland up the Henderson Creek.
On August 9th, 1832, they arrived here, near a meadow below a blockhouse and stockade near the town of Little York in Warren County, Illinois.
Black Hawk had surrendered a few days earlier, hundreds of miles away in Wisconsin. Nevertheless, many area settlers, including 23-year-old William Martin, remained in the stockade as a precaution. At around 5 o'clock in the evening, Martin decided to go to a nearby meadow to cut grass for his horses. The women in the stockade warned him not to leave the fort alone, but with no reports of Indians about, he ignored their pleas.
My scalp was never intended for an Indian's belt.
He left for his chores, singing a favorite tune. The following newspaper account details what happened next.
6 Indians came within a few rods of the blockhouse in Cedar Creek Bottom and shot and tomahawked and scalped a young man named William Martin. After the murderous deed, the savages precipitately retreated, leaving leggings and a loaded gun behind them.
Sometime after the shooting, friends of Mr. Martin discovered his lifeless body and removed it to the stockade. Several men immediately started on the trail of his murderers, but as it was growing dark, decided to give up the hunt. The news of the murder spread with great speed throughout the settlement and caused great alarm among the inhabitants. Nearly every family at once repaired to the stockades for safety.
They followed their trail to a slough north of Yellowbanks. Here, the Indians embarked in their canoes and escaped to the other side of the river.
An express was sent during the night to Captain Butler of the Monmouth Rangers. Early the next morning, the Rangers picked up the chase and upon emerging into the prairie, discovered the campfire of the Indians. The newspapers indicated that Chief Keokuk's band on the west of the Mississippi were suspected of hostile designs and that the regular troops and rangers in the area could destroy Keokuk's party if necessary. In short, there was talk of a second Indian War. Fortunately, that conflict never occurred, but Keokuk was worried that whites would use the murder as a pretext for further fighting. In November of 1832, he issued a statement denying any hostile intentions and declaring that he and his people wanted to live in friendship with the whites. A demand was immediately made upon Keokuk for the murderers, and he surrendered 2 of the offenders to the commanding officer at Fort Armstrong near present-day Rock Island, Illinois. At the October 1832 term of the Warren County Circuit Court, the grand jury reported,
6 or 7 Indians of Keokuk's band of Sac and Fox Indians, who were not included in the warpath under Black Hawk, and other chiefs of the Sac and Fox Nation, came over from the western bank of the Mississippi River to the inhabited parts of Warren County in said state, and unlawfully and feloniously murdered the said William Martin in the most barbarous manner. That the names of the said Indians are unknown to the grand jury. That 2 of said Indians have been heretofore given up by the chiefs of said Indians. That they were confined at the fort at Rock Island for some time, but have made their escape and are now at large in their own country. That the grand jury cannot now find an indictment because the names of the said Indians are unknown to said jury. But they recommend that the governor of this state be furnished with a copy of this presentment, and that he be desired to request of the President of the United States that the whole of the said Indians concerned in the said murder may be demanded of the Sac and Fox Nation, that they may be indicted and punished for murder under the authority of the laws of this state.
President Andrew Jackson made a demand through the Indian agent, Colonel Davenport, that Keokuk surrender the murders. It was a custom among the Sauk and Meskwaki that one person could volunteer to be killed for retribution in the place of another in order to prevent trouble for the family or the tribe. Chief Keokuk, therefore, delivered up the next of kin of the real murderers to serve as substitutes. The latter fact was not, however, made known to the authorities of Warren County. The Warren County Sheriff, Peter Butler, was notified by Colonel Davenport that he would be at the Yellowbanks about the 20th of March, 1833, with the reputed murderers, and requested that he be prepared to receive the prisoners. On that day, Colonel Davenport, accompanied by Pasha Poho Weeshaw and Keokuk, together with quite a number of other Indians, his guard and the interpreter arrived at Yellowbanks and delivered into custody of Sheriff Butler 4 young warriors. The prisoners were divested of their weapons and ornaments, placed under guard, and taken to Monmouth, Illinois, the Warren County seat.
They were put under the charge of Daniel McNeil, the jailer, who put them under guard until the jail was sufficiently strong enough for their safekeeping. The jail was over here, and the courthouse was over there.
This is what a historian reported concerning the prisoners' confinement.
The names of the prisoners were Iona, signifying stay here. Kakimo, he that speaks something with his mouth. Wapashokon, the white string. And Sasapimo, he that troubleth. The 4 substitutes brought with them a parcel of pipes, tobacco, dried corn, beans, and a quantity of meat and tallow, sufficient to last them several days. The jailer had some of their provisions cooked for them in the Indian style, but regularly supplied them with wholesome food. One day, they refused to eat until a speech had been delivered by Iona, to which the others responded. And when ended, the speaker gave the jailer a large green blanket, a pair of moccasins, and a handkerchief. He was unable to understand the speech and judged the Indians wanted the blanket and handkerchief washed.
When the articles were washed and dried, the jailer took them back to the prisoners. Speeches were again made, but this time in the presence of an interpreter. Iona told the jailer,
Nahai, Nitana Kuhasu Benakuhi, Awigas Namasaka walking, Shisha walking, Awigas now wakichin, Gina wa makichin, Nawikan and Anna, Jagi Meku, Nawich Misquaki Hinana. Becky Jameku, Kitapena Mutu, Ben Jaki Gaku. We meet Jiag, we Menowag, Bawi Gishaji Hiage, Asaway, Bakidabene, Gagisayue. Dina Mekunawin, Goon Kutak Gagua, Abi Kaskayuagin Eno, Ena Jam Waj Minanaginen. Adabi Hiag, Nitagada Beneja Winakunaman. Kitu da Manaman. Tashiya Kumagu, Kitu da Magu Menabin. When you move kaput, Pakistanasuag. Iyama, Awajiag, Aya Bamiwag, Nahajumo Benamago, Ashia Semihiag. Naina, Itikiwin, Bianutaman. Nina Namako, Kina Master Gunabin. Kishi Shamunabin. Beshigasiwak, Kupachina Nusu. Kitatat Kwahu Dunabin, Kitatag. Amakwak. Iahine, we be a Dunag Monikaku, Emidian, Goon, Michibawaya. Kina Gamagunin, Tatak, Kiwiu, Apanuak. Goon a week, Tagi Natu Dam and Anna, Kine egg, you do dam.
Court was set for June 14, 1833. Colonel Davenport, the Indian agent, Mr. Leclerc, his interpreter, Keokuk, Powashit, and some 50 other chiefs and braves came up from Yellowbanks, headed by the United States flag, and encamped near the place of the trial.
A grand jury met at the Warren County Courthouse, which was located here. After a patient examination of Chief Keokuk and other chiefs, they reported that
from an examination made by this grand jury, we are now able to state that the 4 Indians lately surrendered by the chiefs at the request of the President of the United States are not the real murderers of Martin. The chiefs represent that at the time the demand was made, the real offenders had escaped from the territory and power of their nation, that the prisoners now in custody volunteered themselves to be surrendered in place of those who escaped, and that, from a custom among Indians, they supposed this would be a sufficient compliance with the request of the President.
There being no indictments, the attorneys hired for the defendants by the tribe, a Mr. Field of Vandalia, Mr. Galewood of Shawneetown, and Mr. Hempstead of Galena, requested on a writ of habeas corpus that the defendants be released. The Honorable Judge Richard M. Young ordered that they be discharged from their imprisonment and to go hence without delay. However, the judge took occasion to reprimand Keokuk and his chiefs for delivering innocent people to be tried for the guilty. Keokuk responded through his interpreter that 2 of the guilty men had been turned over to the government, but had made their escape along with the other 4 offenders beyond the Rocky Mountains. That he had, in accordance with the Indian custom, turned over the next of kin, and that he could not see the error of his actions. The prisoners were joyful at their deliverance, and with the rest of the Indians, returned to their hunting grounds west of the Mississippi. Indictments were obtained by the state's attorney, Thomas Ford, for the real murderers, Shash Kwawashi, Mak Kwawashi, Mukke Pala Shash, and Wasa Wa Akwat. It's stated that the accused,
not having the fear of God before their eyes, but being moved and seduced by the instigations of the devil, unlawfully, willfully, feloniously, and with malice aforethought, did kill one William Martin.
The guilty parties were never arrested, and the murder of William Martin passed into history. He was gone, but not to be forgotten.
We'll cut this short and have a Q&A session with the filmmakers that are here. Yes. If we could get some lights on.